Welcome to RSO101. This training will go over what resources are available to Tier 1 organizations. Tier 2 and Tier 3 organizations have access to everything covered in this video and more. We will also go over recognition programs, the difference between the RSO Lead Team and Student Funding Board, catering for student events, university policies and guidelines, and presence on social media. Student involvement houses the offices of the RSO Lead Team, student government, fraternity and sorority life, and student programming. You can find student involvement on the second floor of the hub in Suite 2300. Student involvement provides lockers for student organizations to place meeting materials and equipment. All orgs may apply for a locker through the registration process on getconnected.gmu.edu. If chosen to obtain a locker, your organization must sign a contract before you are given full access. All registered student organizations on campus are assigned a mailbox in student involvement. You do not need to apply for one. Any remaining mail that has not been picked up in your organization's box will be emptied out at the end of each semester. If you do not know your organization's mailbox number, please email rso@gmu.edu or visit student involvement. The address for student organizations is your organization name, followed by 4400 University Drive, MSN 2D6, which stands for Mail Stop Number, Fairfax, Virginia 22030. If your organization ever needs supplies, you can visit the Imagination Station in student involvement. It is a free craft warehouse available to all RSOs that includes butcher paper, paint, markers, crayons, die-cut letters, and more. You must sign in at the front desk in order to use the station. Remember to clean up the station after you are done crafting. RSOs can utilize the cubes outside of Southside to advertise events, recruitment, and other opportunities available through your organization. You can sign up to paint a cube at the Skyline front desk located below Southside. You may only use one side of a cube, and you can only paint over events that have passed. If you are advertising an event, you can paint the cube no more than 2 weeks before the date of your event. Student organizations are eligible to reserve the George Mason statue on the South Plaza to decorate. If you are interested in reserving the statue, please visit the University Life Suite in Sub 1, room 4211 during normal university business hours. The process to reserve the statue is different from reserving the space around the statue. In order to reserve the South Plaza, you must do so through the 25 Live room reservation process. You are highly encouraged to reserve the statue as early as you possibly can. The tier system is defined by Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. The benefits for each tier can be found under the Tier tab on si.gmu.edu. The most important benefit to being a student organization is the ability to reserve space on campus. Once you reserve a space on 25 Live, Events Services is available to support your events in Sub 1, the Hub, and the Johnson Center. The Events Services staff is made up of the operations assistants that set up the rooms, events production, and the Services Concierge team. Services Concierge staff members are students. They monitor the buildings, assist with technology, enforce space use guidelines, and provide great customer service. This team is on duty whenever student center buildings are open. Any last-minute event changes must be approved by the Services Concierge staff. Clients can contact the Services Concierge staff at 703-993-8919. Their office is located in Johnson Center G25 next to Dewberry Hall, and you can recognize them by their gray staff polos. RSOs can only have access to event spaces that have been booked and confirmed through 25 Live. We cannot allow anyone access to a space without a formal reservation. If you need access to your room prior to your event start time, you will need to book pre-event time in 25 Live when making your reservation. Heather Crandall can assist with adding this for events that have already been booked. If you would like to cancel your event, please keep in mind your event must be canceled at least 3 business days before the date of the event. You cannot cancel an event through 25 Live. You must email Heather Crandall at hcrandal@gmu.edu. Fines will be incurred for late cancellations, no-shows, last-minute setup, changes, and room damages. Spaces must be left in the same condition in which they were found. Any excessive trash or damage to a space could result in fines or fees for your RSO. When booking a room, RSOs must pay attention to posted room capacities. If an event has more people in attendance than the posted space capacity, attendees will be asked to leave. When your event requires more than in-house equipment, events production can be hired to make your event a success. EP has provided support in almost every building on all 3 campuses, plus many outdoor spaces. Our primary areas in which we provide support are Student Center spaces, Dewberry Hall, the Bistro, the JC Cinema, the JC Atrium, the Hub Ballroom, and the Patriots Lounge. For outdoor spaces, EP will cover North and South Plazas, Finley Quad, Merton Lawn, President's Park, and parking lots. You have access to standard setups in any of your reserved spaces. Standard setups include round tables, U-shaped table setup, and row seating. If you are wondering what category your event falls under, you can click Event Setups and click the drop-down menu for event types, which includes concerts, conferences and presentations, culture and variety shows, DJ dances and parties, fashion shows, galas and banquets, outdoor events, and holiday and staff parties. To officially book EP for your event, you must submit a booking form. To properly support an organization's event, an EP booking form must be submitted at least 10 business days prior to your event. The information gathered includes locations, times, type of event, attendance, and more. A detailed tutorial for the booking form will be located in RSO101. Events production has an extensive inventory of technical equipment, audio, lighting, and video designed to handle almost any special event, ranging from a full-stage rock concert to a small meeting or conference. Our inventory is always expanding as we continue to keep up with the advancement of technology.
Now that you've set up your event, make sure to utilize the many advertising services available through student centers. As a registered student organization, all student centers advertising services are available to your organization free of charge, including kiosks and outdoor tabling, light pole and rail banners in the Johnson Center atrium, and outdoor Sub 1 and Southside locations, easels to hold posters advertising your events, flyers on the bulletin boards in the 3 student union buildings, leafleting outdoors, and submitting digital ads to be shown on screens all across the Mason campuses. All Student Centers advertising services can be reserved online at studentcenters.gmu.edu through the advertising section or in person at the Student Center's main office. This office is located at the top floor of the Johnson Center next to Meeting Room A. To reserve online, simply fill out the online reservation form and allow at least 2 business days for processing and confirmation. If you want to reserve during the popular early afternoon times, roughly 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., submit a request 2 weeks ahead of your preferred date. You can even reserve several months in advance if you like to schedule ahead. Make sure you know all of the rules concerning food distribution, amplified sound, helium balloons, and other policies in the kiosks and student union buildings as a whole. Available online and also included in the reservation form and your reservation confirmation. The Corner Pocket Room, located in the Hub, is available for registered student organizations to reserve for events at a low hourly rate, which includes access to all games and equipment, overhead music system and event support, and the patio and side pocket are free of charge for reservations. The Corner Pocket website offers some great information for planning your event or just enjoying the specials available weekly. Reserving the Corner Pocket game room does not require payment, but registered student organizations pay a discounted rate of $45 an hour before 6 p.m. and $60 an hour after 6 p.m. for full use of the space. To pay for the space, registered student organizations can apply to use their funding through Student Funding Board or pay with credit card, check, or cash. To reserve the space, just choose a date for your event, submit a reservation request through the Corner Pocket website, request funding approval from Student Funding Board at least 3 weeks beforehand, and or pay for your event, and then simply enjoy gaming at your party. And as always, please let us know if we can improve the experience or help with your event in any way. To reserve the space, just choose a date for your event, submit a reservation request through the Corner Pocket website, and request funding approval from Student Funding Board and or pay for your event. Please be mindful that a Student Funding Board request must be turned in at least 3 weeks beforehand. And then simply enjoy gaming at your party. And as always, please let us know if we can improve the experience or help with your event in any way.
Although we share an office in student involvement, RSO and SFB played 2 different roles with student organizations. The RSO leadership team oversees organization registration and advising. Organizations have access to funds via Student Funding Board. Organizations do not have immediate access to this money. An organization must fill out the funding application, which is then processed by the Student Funding Board. The Student Funding Board focuses primarily on money and finances for student organizations. The board reviews and allocates all funding requests. They will also be able to answer any questions you may have about receiving money for student-run events. SFB facilitates the fiscal management trainings, which are separate from the RSO trainings. You can reach them at sfb@gmu.edu. Please keep in mind that all organizations must complete in-person funding trainings in the fall of 2015 by the end of September. In the spring, organizations can choose to apply for a bench, the Distinguished Quill Awards, or iWeek Culture Nights. Now we will go over how to request catering for your event. Your first step is to visit masoncatering.catertracks.com. Here, you'll log in with your user information. Once you are logged in, you can choose whether you want to create a new order, manage an order, or view your catering. Today, we're going to create a new order. In the next window, you can choose to have Flavors Catering or Community Catering. The new catering system offers many options that can be altered to your needs. If you are confused, you can learn more by clicking on the tutorial link at the top. Otherwise, you can choose from any of the options on the left. Likewise, you can choose different options with the community catering option. If you need help or need to contact catering, please call them at 703-993-3302 or email them at catering@gmu.edu. If your organization would like to create merchandise with a Mason logo or name on it, you must obtain graphic design approval from student involvement. For a full listing of Mason logos, please click here. If you have any questions, please contact Mason's Director of Contract Management and Licensing, David Atkins, at datkins@gmu.edu. All registered student organizations are given a 6-digit org number used for reserving space on campus, catering, and funding. If you do not know your org number, you can go to student involvement and receive it from the front desk. You cannot call over the phone to receive your org number. Only the president and treasurer can retrieve the org number. They may either request it in person from the front desk or via email by contacting rso@gmu.edu from their Mason account. When retrieving the org number, they must be updated and get connected as the respective officer. Your officer position and name will be confirmed on Get Connected, so please make sure that your member roster has been updated online. An org number will always begin with 610 and will end with 3 digits specific to your RSO. More information regarding how to use your org number for funding will be discussed in fiscal management training. Your organization's rosters must be updated by September 15th in the fall and February 15th in the spring. Make sure to follow the RSO Lead Team on Facebook and Twitter to receive weekly updates. You can also sign up to receive our team's bi-weekly newsletters that include updates on policies, calendar events, and answers to frequently asked questions. The newsletter can also be used to advertise for student organization events. If you or your organization's event would like to be featured in the RSO newsletter, please submit a blurb and/or flyer to us at rso@gmu.edu by Friday at 5 p.m. If you have any questions about any information covered today, please visit us at si.gmu.edu or email us at rso@gmu.edu. Thank you for watching.